It's Good Friday, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully you're having a great day so far. Obviously, market is closed in observance of the Good Friday holiday, but I wanted to knock out a quick video since my email inbox blew up and customer support about the trade on Merica that I covered during our free week of live trading here at TOPGUN Options. So I'm going to knock out a video to dig more in depth into that, how today you could come out of pocket a couple $1,000 to potentially make six figures. $100,000 or maybe even $300,000 in the future if the S&P 500 recovers, which I clearly believe it's going to. Before I forget and dig into all that stuff, you have got to get airborne, folks. I think there's one or two Full Throttle memberships available on our homepage underneath trade groups. Just click on Full Throttle and scroll down. The annual membership is the way to go. If you join me this week for our free week of live trading and training, I paid for multiple years of your annual membership with a handful of trades, folks. So $29.95 to get airborne for the year, or take our investment club offer in the Hunters and all the Full Throttle stuff and try that out for a couple months. Either one of these over here, the Hunters or the Full Throttle Max, gets you access to that investment club called the Hunters. If you just want to keep kind of kicking the tires and slowly get airborne, it's Full Throttle monthly. It's only $2.95 a month, and based on the trades I placed this week, that's taken care for multiple years. Now, Solo Amazon, ladies and gentlemen, is a separate service from Full Throttle. It's every Monday at 10 a.m. It's only $97 a month. So if you're no kidding, a tire kicker, I'm really brand new with $97 a month, folks. That's a cheap bottle of wine. Or if you're ready for the annual, 2 months included. Okay, it's only $9.70 for the year. Warning, Will Robinson. Make sure after you make your your Solo Amazon annual or monthly purchase, you take the upgrade. It's only like $297 to get access to Options Weapon School, folks. That's a must. Where session 7 in Options Weapon School, I talk through my sniper methodology, how I shoot those day trade S&P 500 shots for a nice profit. Okay, so let me get airborne with this. First of all, let's level set. I've been doing this. Hate aging myself. I'm aging like fine wine, baby. I've been doing this for close to 35 years, folks, okay? Every time I've heard, this is the big one, we're all going to die, the market's never going to come back. Not only did it come back, it came back even harder than it fell, right? I mean, take a look at this. There's the dot-com implosion. Then there's the global financial crisis. I was at ground zero, folks, during the global financial crisis. I was at a volatility arbitrage firm in the Chicago Board of Trade. I was right there, man. We imploded. Then what else can we do? Talk about, the 9/11, the scandemic in 2020, folks. All of these have been insane buying opportunities. If you didn't, let me get you that real quick. If you didn't attend this week, head to go.topgunoptions.com/FT-replay. All the replays are on the page from this week. There's day 1, there's day 2, there's day 3, these buttons down here. And then there is our last brief on Thursday. So why did I remember that? Because I told you numerous times this week that I've been telling TGO members since they joined, never be 100% invested in equities, folks, or in anything, but technically equities. Why? Because there will be more of these pullbacks. God willing, I'm going to live a long rest of my life. I guarantee you there's another insane market pullback and then another one. These are market cycles, folks, but every one of these has been a massive buying opportunity. Okay, so having said that, here's the trade that we looked at this week that people were blown. If you want to invest right now in the future of America, and I don't care how you feel about Elon Musk, Donald Trump, or anything that's going on, if you believe that, and it's a binary trade at this point, Donald Trump's either going to succeed with this trade war, tariff war, China stuff, or he's going to fail. If he's going to fail, do the exact opposite of everything I'm about to talk about. Sell everything, get bearish on the S&P 500, buy calls on the volatility index, and just root for the worst to happen. That's what makes a market. I don't think that's going to happen. If it's a binary trade, he's going to fail or he's going to succeed. I'm in the succeed camp. So we could look at going as far out in time on the S&P 500 as humanly possible. Let's go look at our trading platform. We could go all the way out to December of 2030. This is essentially a trade 5 years into the future. You want to know how billionaires become billionaires, like a Warren Buffett or other, Ray Dalio and all these folks? This is how they do it. Let's go ahead and select 5 years out into the future, okay? And I'm going to scroll down and look at the strikes. The highest strike on the S&P 500 that's listed right now, 5 years into the future, is the 12,000 strike. What's the S&P at right now? 5,300, okay? So I think in 5 years from now, the S&P is going to have fully recovered from this recent pullback and be even higher, okay? So why don't we do something like this? Let's just go down to the 11 strike. You can go down to the 10,000 strike. Wiz, I think it's going to double. You're right. Next 5 years, S&P 500 is going to double. I'm going to go even higher. I'm going to buy, look at this. We could buy a single December of 2030 11,000 call option, okay? You could just do that, folks. You know what, Wiz, you're right. I think the S&P is going to double in the next 5 years. Merica Trade. Okay. You'd have to come out of pocket $5,600 Monday when the market opens. Obviously, Good Friday, market's closed, but let's keep talking. It's not that bad of an investment, folks. What's your profit target potential? Unlimited to infinity and beyond, technically. So when you just buy a call option on the S&P 500, you're bullish and you have unlimited profit potential, okay? If I'm wrong and the S&P 500 in the next 5 years goes up to 14,000, well, your profit's all the way up to that 14,000, okay? But I'm going to put a roof on it. Why? Because I'm cheap. Not only am I going to put a roof on it, I'm going to have somebody subsidize this long call purchase. How do I do that? I'm going to sell the highest strike I can go 5 years out into the future, that 12,000 call. What happened? Instead of coming out of pocket, what was that, $5,600 Monday? I'd only be coming out of pocket $2,300 to be bullish on the S&P 500 for the next 5 years. Now check this out. The max potential loss is what I come out of pocket, $2,300. Look at the max potential profit. Allow me to round up a little bit. $100,000. Now, I want that to sink in with you. Wiz, you're telling me that today, not today, the market's closed, Monday, I could potentially come out of pocket $2,300 to make $98,000. Yeah. Now, folks, you don't have to hold this trade for 5 years out all the way to the expiration. We get a rip your face off rally. I'm going to make a prediction here. I think the next 6 to 12, outside 18 months, but let's say 6 to 12 months, once this dust settles from all this volatility and trade uncertainty, our economy and the market, remember, those are two separate things. The stock market is not the economy is not the stock market. But I'm going to make a prediction that both are going to experience a rip your face off rally. Okay? 18 months, definitely. And don't forget, I mean, we're seeing the big dog fight going on with Jerome Powell right now, right? I mean, the president wants Jerome Powell gone. He should be cutting interest rates, by the way. Trump and Powell on collision course without easy escape. Powell, what a hyper-partisan speech he gave in Chicago this past week. Awful speech. Not a good look for the Fed chief. But guess what? Trump has discussed for months privately firing Fed Chief Powell. I'm going to make a prediction right now, folks. That ain't going to happen. If I want him out, he'd be out real fast. Trump ain't going to get rid of him. Why? Because he's going to let him serve the next, 12, 13 months of his term. He's already been interviewing. I forget the guy's name. It just flew out of my head. But there's a shadow Fed chief that Trump's going to nominate. Trump ain't going to nominate somebody that ain't going to be Trumpish, meaning lower interest rates. Why am I rambling about this? because this ties in with my 6 to 12 month rip your face off rally and recovery. It's going to be a shadow Fed chief. The Treasury Secretary this week already said, yeah, the Jerome Powell's leaving in a year, and, we're going to start kind of looking around in the fall, maybe. Wrong. They're already looking around right now. I'm rambling about this, folks, because we're going to rip. I might not agree with printing money, or cutting interest rates and all sorts of other stuff fully, but my point is this. If you get a violent move in the direction of this bull call spread, you don't have to hold it out 5 years. Hell, would you be happy if in 6 months to a year you made a quarter of this? 25 grand? Yeah, exactly. And as I covered in the model portfolio, in our primary portfolio, I don't want to risk more than 5% usually of the model portfolio, which would be 5 grand. It's a $100,000 model portfolio. My max risk per trade is 5 grand. And remember, I'm not fully invested in the primary portfolio. I'm only about 25, 50 grand deployed right now. The rest is sitting in cash. Why? To scoop up good names. But maybe let's see what 3 contracts would do. Okay. You'd have to come out of pocket close to $7,000 or just above $7,000. Now watch this. What could I potentially make, Wiz, if we're right on America? $300,000. How many of you would like to invest 7 grand today to potentially make $300,000, folks? This is a retirement trade. This is a college fund trade. If your kid's in grade school or just going into high school, could you imagine paying 7 grand today out of pocket to make 300? This is what I do at TOPGUN Options, folks. I teach you how to do these type of things. This is what the smart money does, folks. They don't use their full money. They use options. This is a beautiful trade. How about, 2 contracts? 2 contracts, you'd be risking just under 5 grand. $4,700 to potentially make 200 grand. Now, obviously, you can see how we're scaling here. Let's say, you know what, Wiz, this would be part of my retirement plan. I'm going to do 5 contracts. 5 contracts would be $9,300. Check this out. Almost $400,000. And obviously, you can play with this here at, Wiz, seven contracts. All right, $16,000, $683,000, almost 700 grand. Okay, now that's 16 grand out of pocket today, but that's potentially $700,000. And one more time, you don't have to wait the full 5 years. If we get a rip your face off rally and the S&P 500's ripping, how about half of this? I made 350 grand in a year and a half, 2 years. It's a full-time job, folks. Okay, so I wanted to take some time to show you this, to dig a little deeper, because I know I went through it a little faster in the week. I got emails, support got emails like, hey man, can you kind of step through that a little bit more? Yeah, and once again, I'm doing it for free, man. I'm the only guy in the industry that does this, folks. I open up the doors, come hell or high water, if I do good that week or I suck that week. Thankfully, in the 15 years that TOPGUN Options has been around, I can't remember a full throttle week where things really went against me. I think there was like 1 week, maybe, I think it was when Obama was president. Something happened, and I actually had more people sign up that week when I showed them, hey man, I have losing trades. I mean, look, I lost on that one. And people are like, dude, you're showing the truth. I'm like, why wouldn't you show the truth? I'm not the guy in these financial presentations that's giving you 75 PowerPoint slides with random screenshots from winning trades 8 years ago, in my last winning year. 2023, folks, I had a 151% return in our portfolio. We printed money, okay? So I wanted to knock out this video to show you how you could potentially make 6 figures Monday, with a trade Monday, years from now, okay? This is how the smart money does it, folks. Trust me. I was in Chicago 3-4 years helping run a multi-billion-dollar volatility arbitrage firm. This is how we do it. Okay. So Solo Amazon, go to our homepage underneath trade groups, click Solo Amazon, $97 a month. Do the annual, folks. You get 2 months included, $970 for the year. But this is where everybody ends up, folks, is in full throttle. And 95% of our members are in the annual max, okay? Try the hunters out if you want for a couple months and then email us. Hey, man, I'm ready to upgrade to save some money. Because obviously when you do the math, the full throttle max annual is a 50% discount. As a businessman, I want you in the monthly hunters for the rest of your life. As Wiz, that's dumb. Eventually, come over here and say, "No, I'm ready. Let's do the annual," and you're going to save 50%. One more time, the $295 a month is the ultimate tire kicker. You do not get access to the hunters. Now, when you do become a member this weekend, go right here under Learning. You have got to go over to Options Weapons School and start watching them, baby. I take a building block approach, okay? Session 1, these are my intelligence sources, how I gather intel, basics of the markets, and our 7-step proprietary trade plan. Session 2, building block approach. This is a call, this is a put. Covered calls, spreads, double verticals, synthetic stock, and then the creme de la creme that I loaded a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, how I do my sniper shots. Session 7, if you're already an options trader, come in here, watch session 7 first so you can get fully up to speed on my sniper shots. Everybody else, building block approach. And don't forget up here to download your workbooks and your manuals, okay? Over here, folks, your primary, intermediate, advanced workbooks, the options pocket checklist, and the trade plan. And if you did do the annual full throttle membership or the monthly hunters, you get access to the hunters, folks. So first thing this morning, I already posted some good commentary in here about are we at a market bottom and all sorts of good stuff like that. So get in here. Over the weekend, I get an alert every time somebody posts in here. You can engage with me. Hell, you can even chat with me, folks, over here. You can say, "Hey, Wiz, I got a question about something like that," okay? Currently 276 members in the hunters. This is where you need to go, okay? There's the America bull call spread right here. I already posted it out there in this country. Brent's in it. What a great country. He got filled at 24.85 the other day. Okay, I got to go. I got a lot going on with Good Friday and this weekend with Easter and all that good stuff. So go watch the replays if you didn't attend. Grab your membership if you didn't attend. We're closing at midnight. Make sure you subscribe to the Top Gun Options YouTube channel. And the last thing I'm going to ask you to do is to subscribe to the No Fallen Heroes YouTube channel as well. If you're interested in our mission and hearing about veterans, first responders, and family members healing with psychedelic-assisted therapy, this is your resource. I strongly recommend, if you're going to join, you watch this one right here with Dr. Deborah Mash. You're going to have, Top Gun Options members only, the potential opportunity to invest in her company called Demerex for alcohol use disorder. She can cure it. I was cured with Ibogaine. She's putting it into a pill. And this company, if you're an angel investor in this company, potentially to the moon, folks. Not only are you going to help save lives and heal people, you're potentially going to print money. All right, I got to go. Have a great rest of your day. Happy Easter, happy Good Friday, all that good stuff. Passover, whatever you celebrate. Fights on, namaste, and basi basi. Wiz out.